Hello.
Just hang on, Miss Lavender. I want to get my intro in there.
Okay.
We're going to have to start testing this and syncing it up. Well, hello,
Y'all bear with us.
Lavender. Hello, Lavender. You're not
Hello,
with me?
hello, Vernon. I am here. How are you?
I'm fine. I know we rushed on this. We got to get back into it. But I was intending to sync my intro up with your countdown. And then I was ending up getting your music from your countdown. Then I
Oh,
didn't
really?
forget how to cut. I forgot how to cut it off. But anyway, welcome folks back to another Real Talk on Relationship Wind Down Wednesday, sometime known as the Other Woman Show. Well, good evening. Lavender, I
Good
missed you, sugar.
evening.
I missed
I
you.
I missed you too, Vernon. I missed you too. Maybe we can stay consistent. Life happened.
Yeah,
What's that
yeah,
phrase they say now? Life be lifing.
yeah.
So
You know what they say? It happens. It
yes,
happens. Yeah, so,
yes,
okay.
yeah.
Well, we're back. We're back. Yeah, I
We're
know
back. We're
you
back.
had grandkids to contend with. I had grandkids. That's the peril of getting to be old, Lavender.
I
We raised one
know.
crop, second crop. You're just on your second crop. I'm on my third crop.
Now, when you say second and third crop, what are you saying? Like great grand or?
Great grand. I'm on my great grand now.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
got a
my
great
my my
grand.
my.
Yeah,
That's
so
that's you're fortunate.
yeah,
Just to yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Wow.
really, I probably on my fifth. Cause when me and Mary got married, we basically raised our nephew. Then we raised
Ooh.
our children with the two step, and then my grandchildren. So I'm for the fourth. So I'm that's my fourth crop.
Wow.
I
So how many grandchildren do you have?
only got one. I mean grandchildren. I got three
Uh-huh.
grandchildren and one great grandchild. Three grandchildren.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yep.
that's all from love. Started with falling in love with the love of your life.
Yep. Yep. 50
And
years.
and
50 some years of
wow.
my life. Over
Are you
half a
guys gonna
century.
do something special for the 50th?
Well, 50 is gone, baby.
Oh, 50 is gone.
50 is
Okay, okay.
gone, baby.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's
You
wonderful.
you know what they say about when you're young, when you get first young and get married and you can't stay away from to get in meet in the hallway and you have sex even in the hallway. Now when you get old, when you meet in the hallway, the best you can do is now she look at you and you look at her and one say screw you and another say screw you. So
Oh, Lord. Or
that's the
you got to
hallway in
wait
the
till
sex
one,
today.
or you got to stand against the wall and let one go by. So, because both of y'all can't fit down the hallway.
Well, that's true too. That is true too. All right. Let's talk about some relationship stuff so we can go back on real talk relationship. You got my text, right?
Yes, I
About you.
did.
I can remember Lavender, when we decided to do this show, okay?
Hmm.
And you was insisting. You said, "Look, Vernon, I'm not gonna do this show with you until I get Mary's approval." Okay? And you got your little hot ass up and you called Mary and hopefully Mary approved it. She didn't have any issue with that. Okay. Now, why was that? Why was all that necessary? I told you it was all right, but
Yeah.
you wanted to make sure it's okay. But I, it brings me to the subject of why can't why can't we have opposite sex friends? Why can't a married man have a best friend of the female, or a married woman, or not necessarily married, even into a relationship? When you only one on one, there's no such thing as people wanting to accept the fact that you have a best friend of the opposite sex. I have to tell you, I got a couple of male good friends, real good friends, male good friends, but I have to tell you, I got way more female friends than I
Mm,
have male friends, and I mean truly
hmm.
friends, truly platonic friends, and just like you and I, we're just friends. And
Right.
but some folks don't think that should happen. You shouldn't have uh female a female friend. What
Right.
what okay? What are your thoughts on that?
So many thoughts, and my thoughts and ideas on that topic have changed. Is there's actually a term for that, platonic,
Yeah.
having a platonic relationship.
That hold on. That is the that is the problem. Okay. I know you
Mhm.
saying that. I know you're doing play on words like platonic. That's what I had friends say called platonic. It's not platonic. It's platonic. It's not platonic. Sometimes you can have truly platonic friends, right?
Right. I think it's the extent of the friendship, Vernon. I
Mm-hmm.
believe when I was in high school, I remember having a conversation with this couple that I used to babysit for.
Uh huh.
And we were talking about, they were explaining to me about platonic relationships. He said, yes, it's possible. She said, no. I agreed with him after hearing both views of a platonic relationship. And I saw her recently as a grown woman now, me, because I was in high school babysitting. And she looked at me and she said, I got a word for you. I said, what? She said, platonic relationships. And we both just laughed because my views changed. Because I'm not sure if I agree with platonic relationships if the friends are spending a lot of quality time together. Because even work relationships, you spend a lot of time with people that you work with, opposite sex. And a lot of affairs begin in the
In the workplace.
workplace.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And that's human
Yeah.
nature. Don't you think that's human nature?
Well, that's human nature. But okay. Explain. I want you to explain those two positions. What was her position at the time? Then what
They
was
were
his position?
married.
I know that they would remember what their position on this subject of platonic
Okay.
relationship.
He
What was he
didn't
thinking, and what he
he
thought?
he believed it was possible. He
Uh huh.
believed you could have friends of the opposite. And she said she was just absolutely against it. And you
Okay.
know what? They're divorced now. They are divorced now and both have remarried. And it's just funny because she knew that I would eventually change my mind.
So what was
But
your
I think
position at the time?
men,
What was your
I agree
position?
with him. I agree with him. Yes, you can have platonic relationships. I
Okay.
was young. You know, I experienced life. I got older. I started living.
Uh huh.
Um, I've tried it, platonic relationships.
Speaking of that,
They're okay if you're not spending a lot of time together. You can't, I don't want to put limitations on friendships, but I think people know when they start growing feelings for who they considered a friend.
mm-hmm.
And no matter how you try to fight that feeling, it happens. You can't control those kind of emotions. When you start falling, who's going to be there to catch you?
Yeah, I hear you. Before you get started, before we get started, check to make sure you're on social media because you already told me to remind you that we get to
I
talking and
did.
forget. Did you?
I
Okay, you okay?
shared.
Okay,
I
okay,
shared,
great.
yeah.
Okay, now, okay. What in these days though, Lavender, how can you trust? Ask Peggy Scott about
Hmm.
men in friendship, being a man and a man being a friend, right? About Bill.
Uh-huh.
Okay, why don't they worry about Bill instead of Jill? Okay.
A lot of
Yep.
people might not know who Peggy Scott is,
Okay. Well, let's
Vernon.
you want to explain Peggy Scott? Okay, Peggy Scott, y'all know the renowned uh, blues singer and R&B singer from Pensacola, Florida, and everybody knew about the record called Bill. And well, she sung this song about this woman found out that her husband and his best friend was lovers. Okay, and he left her for his best friend. Okay, so his name Bill. So, but while she was worrying about Jill, she should have been worrying about Bill. Okay,
Mm,
and all I'm trying to say to you is, if and I hear your point about we can't help who we fall in love with, and we can't help. Sometimes you can avoid stuff, but things do happen in the workplace, and things do happen when you spend more time with one another, and so forth. But Lavender, but I don't think I just true. I can tell you from experience, okay? I can tell you from experience. Not only our relationship, but I got several women friends, what I consider close friends, that is never an issue of wanting to cross it over. But you know
right.
now, you know what I said. You know, but I know it sounds like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, okay? Cause if you listen to this show anytime, any while, cause you heard me say once, you heard me say many times that if you think that your woman got a, you think that these women think they got a male friend. I said, well, you
Mm-hmm.
test that by dropping your drawers, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
to speak, and see if that's a real friend. If he turn you down sexually, okay, then you know he must be a real friend. But if he don't turn you down, then you know he was just hanging around to see what he can get. Okay, so I know you heard me say that before, but there are many male and female friendships that don't cross the line. Okay,
There are.
and I'm here to testify that I got a lot of female friends that I don't want to have any relationship with them to cross the line. We just happen to have some things in common, you know, people that you know from even from high school, people that you know
Right.
you develop over the years
Right.
that you've been with and that you know, and you just develop a bond and a friendship that you can just talk about anything together and stuff like that.
Right.
But it don't cross the line. But
Right.
to convince your partner of
Oh
that
yeah. Yeah.
is will be, and I can't like I can tell Mary as a Mary. I got one of my friends, say Ron for an example. He's one of my best friends, right? We don't spend a lot of time together, but when we do spend time together, because we've been friends for almost 50 years now, right?
Uh-huh.
And I said, Mary, me and Ron going out for a drink. Are we going out to have a good time? Are we going out to what we one of the things we do together every year? You know, every year when Veterans Day is, when they give away the free food, me and him go around to every establishment in the world to get all the free. But anyway, I can tell her I'm going with Ron. Okay, no problem. All right. But if I told her that I'm going out with Lavender, okay, it would be
Uh-huh.
probably a different tone. You know what I'm saying?
Pick
As
somebody
long as it's a
else.
female, well, any friend, any woman, yeah, any woman.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pick
it does.
somebody else because I don't
The
think
name doesn't
your
matter.
I don't, okay.
Does it matter what I'm talking
Yeah,
about? Would I
it
use
does.
your name or anything? Go ahead.
I don't think Mary would have a problem with us
Well, all
doing
because you,
something.
yeah, she would have probably less problem with you because you already got your permission slip. Okay, but for
Yeah.
somebody that she didn't have, okay, but that's a fair point. That's a fair point. She probably won't have any issue with you and I because she knows nothing going on between you and I. But some other friend that I might
Oh
have that
yeah.
she may not know as well. I may not be know. I don't know if she know any of my friends, women
That's a problem
friends
right there.
that
That's a
she don't
problem
know.
right there.
Okay, what's the problem?
That
Not
she
knowing.
doesn't know. That she doesn't know because
Okay.
you call them such a good friend, but they don't know your family. If they're such a good friend, how can they not know your spouse?
Well, they do, but what I'm saying, but that lies the dilemma, Lavender. If
No.
you, yes, it does. It does. That's lies the dilemma because if you tried to explain to them, this is my best friend, you're gonna probably have issues. This is my friend, and I want to hang out with my friend, and you probably won't ever get to know him. I don't know. I'm speculating.
There's a reason that you don't introduce them. There's a reason.
Right.
And it will never be spoken of, but there's a reason that a man's wife would have a problem with one woman and not have a problem with another. And that whole intuition thing that women have, Vernon, let me just take this minute to let everybody know, please silence your phones while the show is in progress. Please silence your phones while the show is in progress. But yeah.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
But
might be one of my best friends, might be one of my female best friends calling. What are you talking about?
You know what, Vernon, going back to your best friend not knowing, when you have friends, they're like family. Mm-hmm. You introduce them to your family. Mm-hmm. So there's a reason that you don't introduce. If you know your wife will have a problem, if you introduce her to another woman who you say is your friend, she has every right to feel the way she does.
Right.
Because you know what? Our intuition is very strong. A lot of times we ignore it, but a lot of times it's just a trust issue, not trusting our man, but we don't trust
the woman.
We don't trust ourselves. We don't trust our marriage. Yeah. It's something that's lacking to make you feel, oh no, he ain't, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. If you got to look sideways at somebody, you're probably right.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of the conversation, though, is what I'm trying to tell you. That I don't know how to get around it and to make it better to make people more comfortable with that, because it's a catch-22 situation. It's damned if you do and it's damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not your job to make them feel comfortable. If they don't feel comfortable, Vernon, that's your body. That's the mechanisms in your body giving you an alert. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you get scared, the hairs on your arm, the hairs on your body stand up. Mm-hmm. That's your alert system. That's letting you know something is going on. Take caution. So that's the same thing with intuition. So you can't make somebody feel comfortable with something they just naturally don't feel comfortable with.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, with all that being said, what's the right thing to do? Do you maintain the friendship, or do you let the friend know, hey, I don't know, Vernon. I don't know. Because when feelings get involved, it's already out of control. But men have a better not a better time. They feel more comfortable with platonic relationships. They seem to believe that they can have female friends more so than the female does. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just because women know the nature of the beast. And what do you always say, Vernon? It's the opportunity. You always tell me all men cheat, and the ones who haven't is because of the lack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what makes it the catch-22 situation. Again, just what I said earlier, Lavender, is like I said, now if you got a male friend or female friend, and I said to test that, okay, to see where you really got a friend, if tested to offer to have sex with you and they take advantage of it, see, that's the thing. You just don't know. You just don't know.
Is that a test or a setup? That's
no,
like a setup.
No, it's not a setup. It's not.
It's very difficult for a man to turn down.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
With
Mm-mm.
It's not.
No, no. If
You didn't let me
either,
finish. You didn't let me finish with someone he
okay.
truly cares about. With someone he cares about. And plus, you don't know what's
Mm-hmm.
going on in that friend's mind, Vernon. You know, you just don't know. Somebody's going to feel something for the other.
Mm-hmm.
That's just human nature. That's a fact that you just cannot go against.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. But what I'm telling you, Lavender, then I'm gonna have to use us as an example, if you don't mind. Okay, just
Okay.
work with me on this for an example. Just
Okay.
go with the flow. Even though I know
Okay.
you gonna validly disagree with what I'm saying.
Give folks the background on us
Okay.
first so everybody
Well,
doesn't know us.
we just friends. We platonic, not platonic, but platonic friends. Okay, but platonic friends. Okay.
And
Have I
have
ever?
been for
I
many
have been for
years,
years. Okay,
work
and have
together,
worked together and did all this other stuff. Okay,
go to
and
church,
church
same
together,
church, or used
same
to.
thing. But
Okay.
now, have I ever tried to hit on you? Directly,
No,
indirectly. Okay. Now,
no,
have you ever tried to hit on me?
no.
Never. Okay. We just purely friends. As if gender shouldn't matter in that respect. Okay. Now,
Right.
all of a sudden, you're gonna test the friendship because you said, Vernon, I want to test your theory to see if we really friends. Okay. I'm gonna get you in an environment that I'm going to offer you sex. Okay, and see where you take. Not that you're serious about it, but you just tested me. See, well, how true a friend am I? If I was to take you up on your offer, and then I had ulterior motives. Okay, but if I were not to take you up on your offer and says, uh, I thought this was just a regular friendship, but I don't want you. I don't want your friends for sex. I want your friends for your friendship. Now, that would be a real test. And Lavender, I'm telling you,
What
I
kind of
know.
friend is going to test you like that? What kind
I
of
well, but
friend?
go with my theory, okay? Don't get ahead of
Okay.
me. Don't get ahead of me. Just
Okay.
assuming what I'm
Okay.
saying. Just assume for a minute, for the sake of our
Okay.
discussion, that is
Okay.
the scenario. Don't judge
Okay.
it. Don't judge it for what kind of friend it is. If that were the case, okay? If that
All
were the
right.
case, and if it was a real friend, then sex is not a factor in your relationship. That person
Right.
I would walk away from you and say, Lavender, you either tested me, or if you're serious about it, that wasn't the kind of friendship that we had. I like you as a person, I like you as a friend, and so forth. You know, I know a lot of female friends that I wouldn't touch sexually, okay, but they're real friends of mine. We just friends. So, but I know sometimes, but then again, I know some that better not test me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So some of them that might test me, then I might give in. But some of them that I don't. But all I'm trying to say to you is that there are situations, as my grandma would say, there are situations instead of situations.
Situations.
Yeah, situations that I would never take advantage of. Then there are situations that I just very well might be tempted to do. So,
Mm.
but everything's a 50-50. Everything's a 50-50 risk. But I didn't become their friend because of I
A
wanted to go to
physical
bed.
attraction.
Yeah, physical
Yeah.
attraction. Well, not because I wanted to go to bed with them. I came with their friend because of another reason, whatever
Right.
that we had in
The
common.
energy brought y'all together. You
Right.
guys, whether it be kindred spirits or you just have a lot in common or you're both good conversationalists,
Yeah.
it could be anything to bring two people together and be
Yeah.
friends. It's a shame that it has to be the opposite sex because it happens.
I
But
know. I know. But is
these
it
friends
fair?
you have, do you spend a lot of time? You don't spend a lot of time with these friends. It's not like you go into the movies and out to eat. You know what I'm saying? They are
Oh,
friends. They're compartmentalized.
yeah.
You are my friend,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So they're really not a threat. You don't see them every day. I mean, we saw each other every day except the weekends at work, but there was never no any attraction or I don't know. It was just working And you heard of what is it called, work husband and a working wife. We didn't even have that. We were just, I don't know what, I guess, I don't know what brought us.
Can I
And
tell
here
you?
we are.
Can I lighten up? Can I lighten it up a little bit, but with the joke? Be like
Sure.
this lady. Be like this lady and this man. They was on this train, right?
Uh-huh.
And somehow they got everything mixed up. They had the sleeper cars, okay, and so they got them mixed up and they assigned them to the same room, same car, okay, and so they looked at each other and said, okay, we'll both we can't miss our appointed place to be, so we're adults, so we'll just share the car, and the man said, okay, I'll take the top bunk, you take the bottom bunk. And about 1 o'clock in the morning, the man got cold, and he reached down and he asked the lady, said, look, uh, can you go over there and get me that blanket? He said, well, I tell you what. She said, you know what? Why don't we just act like we husband and wife tonight, okay? And the man got all excited and said, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. And she said, she said, okay. And she said, well, get the damn blanket yourself. Then he just farted and rolled and went to sleep. So
That's funny. That is funny. See, yeah, and even though it was a joke, what man wouldn't get excited
yeah,
if he was, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
If she was it don't matter if she was a beautiful woman or not. It could just be, I don't know, sex. Men are driven by sex. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful when you can be friends with someone and not, and sex is not involved.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the friend that I had and I wanted a sexless relationship with him? We talked about it for months, having a sexless. We talked about it for months. We talked about having a sexless relationship. For months. Okay. So I wasn't interested in sex. I just didn't want to do that. And I tell you, Vernon, he was all for it. He was all for it until we got together. Because this was long distance. And I thought about what you said. A man will tell you what that you want to hear. I was so disappointed, Vernon. And I tried to just kind of go with the flow, but it just wasn't right. It wasn't right because you don't have to have a conversation like that with someone if there's no physical attraction. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have that. Grown folks shouldn't have to have that conversation anyway. Just let life happen. But I thought I had a friend that I could hang out with and do things with and no sex be involved. And even my parents told me that doesn't exist. You better find somebody gay. They said, because if you get a friend and you just want to hang out and it's a man, they're going to go somewhere else with someone else for sex. And that would have been fine with me because I don't want to have sex with you, but I want my buddy. You know what I'm saying? When we get ready to go somewhere, I want my buddy. I don't care if you go somewhere. But if they're having sex, they're going to start doing things together. So that leaves me out. You know?
Yeah.
It's like you can't even have a good, close friend unless sex is involved.
Well, but see, let's just go back to what I tell you earlier. Sex is the integral to everything, Lavenda. I'm telling you, you cannot. Sex was why we're here in the world today, but you cannot rule out sex in any way, shape, or no shape, form, or fashion.
So I'm just gonna be by myself for the rest of my life.
But you might be by yourself, but I bet sex ain't ruled out.
Okay. I got to find somebody that I want to be that close. You know what I'm saying? Somebody.
No.
I don't know.
That's not what I really meant, but you're right.
You mean?
But you.
Oh, shoot. You know what, see? That's
See,
why.
see, you can take matters in your own hands. Sex is still an integral part of what you do, even even without a man. Even if with
Yeah,
a little
you're
man in
right.
the drawer. So
I recently heard the three F's. A woman was telling me, no, she was telling her friend, but she told me the story, her male friend.
okay.
She was like, a man can only do three things for me, and they start with an F.
Hmm.
And she said, but I can actually do all of those things myself. So you have to come at me differently. She said, you can finance me, you can feed me, or you can F me. And she said, I do all those things myself now. So what will you bring to our
What would a man bring to
relationship?
the table? Uh,
Yes, yes. You know,
would he bring to the table, bring to the bank, or bring to the bed, huh? Well, three F's.
finance me, feed me, or F me. Um, I thought it was funny. I've never heard that before, but you don't want that kind of
Did you
relationship. You know
know?
what I'm saying? Doesn't it go deeper than that? Doesn't it go deeper? That's like using somebody. That
You
sounds
know?
like friends with benefits.
Hey, Lavender, I'm just gonna sidetrack for a minute. That see, don't have what I'm telling you about how the difference between men and women. Those are the three F for women: finance me, feed me, and F me. Right? Well, men's got three F too, right? You know? Did you know that?
No.
Find them, F them, and forget them.
Say that again. You broke up. Find them.
Find, F them, and forget them. That's the
Oh
men.
Lord, have mercy.
Those are the men's three Fs.
And
I
that
don't
is
know.
why
I don't. That's gonna get
I
kicked out the club for that, but that's the fact.
and that is why I will just be by myself. But that's true. And I even told a guy that it's like, if that happens, there will be no us. You know what I'm saying? But women are more emotionally attached. A man can screw and skedaddle, be gone, forget about you, not even think about you. Whereas a woman, because he releases in her, she's got some of him in her body, and
Yeah.
it's going to be there. Um, she's there to receive, and that's it. She's just got a part of him in her, and she's going to want him more. That's just a woman's nature. You guys deposit with no return.
But you know, though, that's a better reason for women to make sure that men use condoms. But I do understand what you're saying, because really think about that for a minute. Unlike the stuff I told you about it, but think about it for a minute. When all that deposit in you, it gets soaked into the membranes and whatever else there,
Yeah.
and so they obviously, you're right. Men actually do leave a part of them with you. Okay.
Yes. Yes. And
Wow.
mess up your pH balance and all that and just be gone on to the. But you always said men are hunters. So after they hunt you, they
Yeah.
got you, they use you, you got to go hunt something else. You know, I
Well,
want to stay in hunting. I want to be the huntee. You're going to always have to hunt me. You will never get me. I'll just be safe and stay behind the bushes so I can't be shot. I can't be hunted.
I hate for us to get back into the same old debate about what you're talking about, because you're going to be a victim.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of time. You talk all this noise, but it's just a matter of time,
Well, you
Lavender.
know what? If it is a matter of time, I hope it's somebody that I feel something for. I hope it's
Well,
someone
I
that
hope
I have
so.
to fight that feeling. You know what I'm saying? And then just can't fight that feeling. That is going to have to be that, Vernon.
Well, that's what they
Because,
call love, Lavender. When you
well,
can't,
I
when
don't
you
care
can't,
what word they put on it.
you can't fight that feeling, that's got to be love. Obviously, it's somebody you're not interested in, because had it been somebody interested in, you'd have had them in your bed by now.
Say that again.
Obviously, it's somebody you're not interested in, but if it had been somebody you're interested in, you would
Oh,
have been had them in your bed by now.
so you think it's somebody I'm not interested in?
Yeah,
Ugh.
I think, yeah, well, but because you're looking all in the wrong places.
I'm not looking at all. Let's get that straight. You will never accept the fact that I'm good. Vernon, I am at the peak of my happy. I didn't know this existed. I didn't know how exciting it was to come home and not have to cook for somebody and have peace. And I'm living the dream. You don't believe that, but I have, oh my goodness.
No,
But I would
you,
entertain. There's this song by Patti LaBelle. I heard it this morning. Um, uh, some of the words are, I said I wouldn't, but if you asked me to. Remember that song?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That made me smile.
See, there it is. That's so I'm right. So it's on your mind. He's just
Well,
gonna have to ask
I'm
you to.
human. I'm human. I'm human.
See, you weakening already. See, I know it. I knew it. See,
Weak with
but
who? I'm
two,
not,
two,
I don't have
two
anybody to
years,
think of.
2 years ago, you wasn't even at this point. Now you're saying you're human.
Yeah,
Before
you're
you would
right.
say you was a robot before. You was just rebounding. That was probably the problem.
Oh, that's funny. I was a robot. That's funny. That is funny. I don't think I was that bad. Yeah, you're right.
Go back and look at some of those shows how you came out. Lavender,
Oh yeah.
a lady
I
asked
was
me,
hardcore.
this is God him truth, I know, but couple months ago. And a lady asked me, she said, is Lavender still a man hater?
You said that last week,
Did
Vernon,
I
or the
say that
week
last
before.
week? Okay, well, I'm
Yes,
telling
you
you.
did.
Well, are you?
I was hardcore. I was hardcore. I don't think I was ever a man hater. I just stated the facts of what I dealt with men. And they gave me no reason to open up my life or my heart. And when I did, he ended up being the worst of them all. Because I know, it's like, what the heck? What the heck? But you know what?
Wait,
You
wait,
know what
wait,
would
wait.
get me? You know what would really get me,
What's that?
Vernon? When I say get me, get my attention. Uh, I love intellect. I love an intellect. Most men don't read. You know what I'm saying? I don't know many men that will sit and just read a book. But even if you don't read, can we have, I want you to, before you try to stimulate my body, stimulate my mind. I like to think deep. I like to be challenged in my thoughts. I like to, bless you, I like to have new perspectives. You know what I'm saying? I like to debate. I like to I like to use my brain. It's not all about sex. It's so much more to humans being together than sex. Because after the sex is gone, then what?
More
We just
sex.
gonna look at each other?
No, more sex.
Oh shoot. When y'all get a certain
Sex.
age, there is no more sex. Literally. Literally.
I ain't gonna argue with you about that.
Y'all spend your whole life
Oh Lord.
sex, chasing skirts, sex, get all you can, and then bam, you
Well,
wake up one morning and say, okay, what now?
okay, well,
What do I
don't
do
you?
now?
Wouldn't it prove us right? Because you're right. We get all what we can. Then one day you wake up and say, "Oh, I can't get no more." Okay, so I'm glad I get everything. That might explain why men do what they do. Okay,
Lord have
so they
mercy.
know
I
that
don't know.
they
Well, you
know
know
one day
what?
they're gonna get up. One day they're gonna say, "Oh Lord, it's gone."
You're right. So I can see
And
what you're saying, but you know what? Well, don't come to me at my raggedy and wanting a nursemaid and need somebody to administer your medicine. I'm sorry. I'm at a point in my life where
Didn't I tell you to turn your phone off, Lavender? Huh?
I don't want the raggedy. I don't want raggedy. You know, there are some men out there who believe in taking care of their bodies, who still have a vibrant sex life. You know what I'm saying? A full sex life because they take care of their body. But just like we say, I always say, just because you age doesn't mean that you have to get stiff. Just because a man ages doesn't mean he has to lose his manhood. There are things out there.
That is the problem. He don't get
Viagra.
When he get old, he don't get stiff. That's the problem.
Well, no, that's not the problem. See, if I ever have a man in my life, he is going to be right. You hear me? Hard muscles, hard body, hard everything. Because you're going to eat right. You're going to eat right. You want to keep eating trash, you're not going to ever have a good erection. It's just not going to happen. But if you put the right things in your body, and I'm keeping no secrets for myself. I'm not going to tell everybody. It's just going to be for that one special person.
All right, Lavender, I'm going to have to tell you just like I tell these other women. They always talking about, I want to marry me a rich man and all that kind of. How many rich men do you know? How many rich men do you ever met in your whole life?
I don't know any rich men, but I know some well-to-do. I know 3 or 4 well-to-do men. Well-to-do.
Why don't you snag one of them then and bring them on home?
It ain't about money. I make my own bag. I got my own bag. I don't want that money.
What do you want then? What do you want in a man?
You
want a Mr. You want Mr. Atlas, okay?
No.
Being 80 years old, a Mr. Right?
No, Burden.
What you want?
No. I told you, just don't come raggedy. I can't give me something to work with.
Well, He gonna come with a book on his arm.
A what?
A book on his arm.
Book. Shoot. I don't care about a book. I don't care about Bernie, you know what I told you the last show? I will entertain someone who picks up trash. I'll entertain someone who has a job that he might be embarrassed of because it's not at a level that women look for. You know, women want money. They want you to have a nice job. I'll take a
vendor.
I don't know what.
Okay, you're gonna try to tell me now, which I know it's bullshit. Okay, I don't say that on TV. Bullshit. Now you trying to tell me here go Mr. America, well built, but he dumb as but he looked like he dumb as a rock, right? Then here's this pot-bellied bookworm coming to you with 4 eyes and everything. And,
4 eyes, come on.
Yeah, and everything. So you're gonna say, I want him instead of him.
No, I don't want either one of them. I don't want either one of them. I don't want either one of them. How many men our age don't have a belly unless they stay in the gym? I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I ain't got no big belly, but you know what? I will help him be who he really wants to be, help him to get in shape. You know, I'm a nurturer like that. He gonna be right. I'm not asking you to be Atlas and be a bodybuilder. I'm not a bodybuilder. You know, I just want good conversation. I just want to have fun. Somebody you ain't always at odds with and arguing. We are too old for that mess. What are you arguing about? I don't understand what grown people argue about. Let them do what they want to do. You do what you want to do.
But that's why they argue. Together. That's why they argue, because nobody want to let you do what they want to do. He want to be fat, okay? And you want to be slim, okay?
Nobody wants to be fat, Vernon.
He want to have sex and you want to be approved.
To be fat.
Yes, they do. I'm happy. Did I didn't say. Hey, I didn't tell you. I told you if I told you this story. I know I told you about me and Charles Thornton, right? We used to go out and bodybuild and go to the gym and everything.
You
But
and
we,
Charles.
yeah, me and Charles, we used to go when we were working together, right? We'd go, and then one day, I was always hungry and all the time, and I was trying to eat nothing but salad and shit like that. And
You?
so, yeah, at one time. But then now after we did it for a while, and then I saw this guy that I hadn't seen in a while, and he happened to be in the gym at the same time. Big old overweight sloppy guy and everything. He was in the gym. I said, "Oh, okay, you doing like me and Charles, trying to lose some pounds." He said, "Man, I've been doing this about 5 years now." I looked at his big fat ass, and I stopped that day. I said, "If you've been in the gym for 5 years and you look worse than me, hell with, I'm tired of being hungry." I told Charles, I said, "Charles, you can continue this crap, but I'm tired of being hungry. I be tired and hungry all the time." I said, I'm going back to my damn steak. You can eat your
You
salad if you want
said,
to.
you said tired, tired and hungry
Tired and
all
hungry
the
all the
time.
time. And then this is what I got to look for in 5 years. I say, ain't no damn way in hell.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I'm comfortable with
Oh
my.
my goodness. Oh gosh, Bernie, you are too funny. Tired and hungry all the
And that's the truth. And then
time.
I got another. That
Oh
just wasn't the only
gosh.
example of it. Then I got another example of seeing this girl, and I had to meet her somewhere, but she was in the gym. She said, "I'm gonna be at the gym," and she came out in her sweat clothes and her stomach hanging all over her, all everywhere. And I said, "I didn't know you worked out." She said, "Yeah, I've been working out for 4 or 5 years now." I said, "Oh Lord, I ain't never going back to no damn body gym. No way."
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. So that just discouraged you from
Now,
working at it
I,
all.
I,
You didn't have good examples, Bernie. You didn't
maybe
have
you're
good
right.
examples.
Well,
But you
no,
know
when I
what?
looked at, every time I looked around that gym, I didn't see nobody look like Mr. Allen. Everybody looking worse than I was, like I was.
Well,
But
that's what the gym.
at least I thought they were working on it a little bit. I said, okay, I can understand they're working on it. Maybe, but after you've been there for 5 damn years, you think gonna be looking like that after 5 years? Hell no.
Put in all that hard work.
All that hard
Oh,
work.
that
I
is
did it for
so
about,
funny.
honest to God, that's a
Oh,
true
that is
story
so
now.
funny.
We did about
Oh
4 or 5 months.
gosh. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Always
Well,
was
you know
tired and
what?
hungry.
That just proves what they're saying is losing weight begins in the kitchen. Folks are obese, going to the gym. You have to have your body prepared to go into the gym with those machines or to do what, you know what I'm saying? It starts in the kitchen. And I've got the
That's where I
perfect,
started at.
uh,
And ended that too.
huh?
That's where I started in the kitchen. That's the
I
reason I
got
was
the
in the gym
perfect
because I was in the kitchen.
solution.
What?
It's an exercise called pushback. All you got to do is push back from that table. That's all you got to do.
Well, see what it did for me. And when I had a full meal, I pushed right on back.
After you ate it.
Yeah.
But
And but they, hey, hey,
going back
hey,
to the men,
hey,
Vernon.
I did do my exercise. I did push back and I did pull ups. Every time I pulled that chair right up to the table,
Oh,
I did a lot of pull ups. And it didn't do me any good. So, and then
she
I had to
she
see my side.
she's
Then
not.
I had to get my muscles. And when I get up off the table like this, put both hands on the chair arms.
Stop it! Stop! Vernon, that is not funny, but you got me laughing. Look, this girl asked me to go walking with her today, so
Uh,
we went walking, and when we got back, I heard this bag, and I said, "What are you eating? You just finished walking." It was some Cheetos or some goldfish, Vernon.
uh,
I was like, "You're eating goldfish right after walking?" She had me dying laughing. She said, "Girl, I will eat right after I get off the treadmill."
a while on the treadmill. You got to feed the body. But Lavender, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, okay? Aside from you, what you trying to claim, aside from the health benefits from that though, But do you think that most people do it for the health benefits or do to try to impress other people?
I think that can go both ways. Because you know what? I was talking to somebody one time about, I get on Facebook and do our exercise for 15 minutes or just to inspire, through the other woman in my page, Join the Journey, because a lot of people don't move. But you know what? I don't do my hair. I have my rag that I slept in, and I'm usually in my pajamas or a t shirt that I just put on. But a lot of times people do. And women are good for when you get out of a relationship, you got to start going to the gym. You got to get ready for that next one. Or if you meet somebody, you got to get in shape. A lot of times it's not for health. And I'm not saying that's everybody. A lot of people wait until they get health issues and then they want to start working out. I don't know, Vernon. A lot of people do it for show.
Yeah, they do.
And that's
Everybody do
why
it
it
for a
doesn't
selfish reason.
last. Exactly. And that's why the whole that's why you lose the weight, you put it on. It didn't become a lifestyle. You did it for whatever reason. Either you going on vacation, you got a family reunion coming up, you want to lose some weight, you got a special event, a class reunion, you don't want folks to see. You know what I'm saying? It is so many different reasons we lose weight or try to get in shape besides for life, just for life. How we get on health? Because I'll go. Vernon, it's
I know,
time.
but
Our time is up.
no, we got about 6 more minutes according to my clock. Okay, but I guess I don't know how we in help because you drove us that way because you didn't want it. You want Mr. Perfect Man. You want Mr. Atlas to come to
No,
your
I
life. You
don't.
want Mr.
No,
Atlas
I don't.
with Einstein brains, right?
Oh,
Yep. Well,
Einstein
you
brains.
want Mr. Atlas with
No,
Einstein brains.
Einstein would be up here. I need somebody that not you ain't got to be. Oh, look at my arm. See? Oh, and doesn't that look nice? Do you remember the first time I showed you my? We were at the radio station, and I started going to the gym. Do you remember what you told me? You said, "Don't you ever do that again. There is nothing. There is nothing there."
That's what I'm trying to tell you about Jim. Okay,
Oh
all
God.
that hard work and no results.
Oh
That was my point.
goodness,
Show 'em
goodness.
your
That's
muscles
that's why
again.
you need a
Wait a minute.
trainer.
Hey, wait a minute, How long ago that been? When I told you that had to be at least 7, 8 years ago, right? When 7, 8 years ago.
Probably.
Okay, now show them your muscles again. See if you get. So you been.
I wasn't going to the gym to
See,
get
I probably got more
muscles.
muscles than you got, and the only
Let
thing
me
I
see
do
your
is do pull
muscles.
ups.
Let me see
Okay,
your muscles.
there you go. See, I ain't got no muscles. I got flab. And you've been doing, and I ain't been doing the workout. You've been doing the workout, and there ain't no difference between your arms and your biceps and mine. Look at that. Let's compare them again. All that hard work for what, Lavender?
I want to be toned. I'm not trying to get muscles. I just want to be
Well,
firm. I want to
why?
be
Why?
toned.
Why?
Because I
Why?
want to age in wellness. I don't want to have that flab. I don't want that stuff under my arm. I don't want it. I just don't. I don't. It's okay for
Why?
some women
Why?
because it's been in me for as long as I can remember. You got me crying. My
Me too,
eyes are
almost.
burning.
Man, you got me in
Vernon,
tears.
I just want to be healthy. I want to be fit. I don't want to be an old, frail woman. I'm already thin. I don't want to be frail, walking around with a cane and scared to fall and break my bones. I got to have a little something. So that's why I try to. Lifting weights is important for aging women. The osteoarthritis. I don't want to be humpback because I don't have strong bones. I just want to feel good. Oh, and you know what I thought about today? Then we got to go.
Okay.
Squats. So ladies, if you're listening, I got to make a clip out of this. You better start doing those squats because when you go to a public restroom, you either going to have to sit on that dirty stuff, on that dirty toilet, or you'll be strong enough to squat and pee. Do your squats now. I felt good squatting. And I have to give a shout out. I
What?
got to give a shameless shout out to Off the Leash Athletics for making me do those squats that I didn't want to do. Because I can squat and use a public bathroom at my age and not be my legs shaking and looking for something, a rail to hold on to. Women squat unless you sit on that nasty public toilet. So
Let me ask.
exercising
I know
has
we gotta
many
go.
benefits.
Let me ask you. Let me tell you this, Lavender. Before I know we gotta go. Okay. I could never forget. Let's long remember. So I can never forget when I was about
Oh God.
5 years old, right?
Uh-huh.
And when you had to go to the restroom with your mama. Now, okay. And
Uh-huh.
I could you can't unsee this. Okay. I never seen this in my life, and I never forgot this in my life. You talking about squatting going on? What happened to the art of putting two fingers in those draw legs, pulling it back, cocking one leg, and not and be so damn accurate in hitting whatever you're gonna hit, and
Say
without
that
taking one.
again.
You ain't never seen them women. I seen women go to the restroom, right? They don't take the drawers off. They take the fingers, pull that draw leg back, right? Cock that leg up, and pee directly into a commode or pee directly into whatever they're gonna do, and finish and come
Oh,
on out. I've seen that happen. I've seen so that's better than doing squat season. What happened to the art of that? What women
I ain't
had to
never
do
heard
when
of that art.
well, that's when women had to go to the woods. They're not gonna sit down in the woods, Yeah,
Oh,
back in the day.
wow.
You never
Well,
heard of
maybe
that?
it's
Ask your mom about that and see what she say about that. And we talk about it on the other side next week. See, she had to experience all that.
wow.
She didn't teach you how to just cock one leg up, pull
No,
it
I'm good with
and
my squats. I ain't finna pop my leg up
pull
nowhere.
them draws to the side with your two fingers and
No,
go there.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna keep doing my squats. I'm gonna do some when I get off of here and then go to bed. I'm
They ought to
doing
be
my
good.
squats.
Squats ought to be good for sexual activities too, right? Would help you with your sex, right?
Exactly. How can
Okay.
you not move and exercise and then expect to be hanging from the chandelier in the bedroom? You got to move, you got to exercise, you got to stay flexible. Because, Vernon, at my age, and we definitely got to go, at my age, I want to maintain my flexibility and my mobility.
Well,
I am,
at your age, well, not necessarily at your age, but at your size, a man can fold you like a book. Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. Okay, we got to go, sugar. You don't need no exercise for that. He'll find a way of getting you.
bye,
He'll put your knees
goodbye.
between your. He'll put your
See you
knees right
guys
between your
next
head.
week. See
Okay.
you guys next week. Thank
All
you for
right.
joining us. Good night,
Good
Vernon.
night, sugar. Holla.